these notes typed largely because they're edits from the Chem 2 class that I teach periodically. Let me get rid of that. Say what?
Like every 5 years?
It's pretty rare, but I do teach it on occasion. No, it's when they put it in the curriculum in the class ranks. Now, this that we're getting ready to do is, yeah, you definitely need to take it. This that we're getting ready to do is the first part of the quiz tomorrow. So the second half of the quiz is on what we just reviewed. Yes, it is. You just figured that out. Okay. Christmas is in a week. For those of you who didn't know. All right. Chemical equilibrium. It is 1 week. All right. You're not getting anything? Why have you been bad this year? Don't celebrate? Okay. Having a spiritual Christmas and not exchange a gift? No. Okay. All right. I won't ponder anymore.
They're like, I don't know what you like anymore. You're growing up. And then she was like, I'm going to give you a dog. So that's it.
All right. So, I want you to think about this reaction. And there's a couple pieces of this slide and the next slide. One piece I'm going to X out we don't need. Okay? So, the example that we're going to talk about for this moment is this particular reaction. We've already talked about physical equilibrium. Now we're going to talk about chemical equilibrium. And this is just one equation, one example. So, colorless frozen N2O4 is a chemical. If we let it come to room temperature, okay, it's frozen like an ice cube. If we let it sit on the table and we let it sit at room temperature, it's going to fall like an ice cube. However, when it sits as an ice cube, it's going to not only fall, it's going to decompose into NO2. Now, the way I have it drawn right there, it shows just the forward reaction into NO2. However, this reaction doesn't just change into NO2. That's why I picked this example. This reaction also does something else. Now, at some point, this reaction stops changing, and we have a mix of those two things. Okay? On the next slide, I'm going to tell you what it does. I have it on 2 slides. I couldn't fit it all in 1 slide. I'm even going to draw another arrow in this thing. Nothing. All right, we caught up? Got it. So, now, chemical equilibrium is reached when N2O4 changes into NO2, and it equals the rate that NO2 changes back into what? N2O4. Remember, and I'm not, the part that's under that slide is most of what I'm going to eliminate. All right? In order to have equilibrium, what were the 2 things we said we had to have? Okay, 2, opposing, reaction, and what else? Equal rate. All right, so notice it says equal rate, and I'm talking about N2O4 changing into NO2, and I said NO2 changes into N2O4. And I'm going to go back to that slide in just a second, and I'm going to uncover something at the very, very bottom. Okay? You have to have 2 opposing processes, and you have to have equal rate. If it doesn't tell you equal rate, can you assume equal rate? No. You have minimum. We'll do it as much as we can. Now, because first period test almost a week before you guys, their reviews for the exam will largely be at school, and I will offer you the same opportunity I'm offering them. They're going to be offering the opportunity to do at school. Typically, I have offered most of my reviews after exams because there's been no need to review after school. We have all that stupid time built in after exams. When everybody gets sleep and goes home. So we can talk about this when we come back. Doing it now. I will give you 3 opportunities to earn a half of a point. So at most, you can earn how many points? 1.5. Now, for those who are math smart, 1.5 rounds to what? This is what you got to do wrong. Alright, it rounds. I don't know how you want it. Now, it rounds to 2. You go on your quarter grade. Everybody hear me say quarter? Maybe you should record me saying that. Because some of you are going to swear up and down, I said semester grade, and I never said that. I said, repeat after me. Quarter grade. No. Quarter grade.
Why not final?
No.
Why?
Quarter grade. That is with 15 points on your lowest test grade.
Why?
2 points possible on your quarter grade. That is a significant number of points that I'm already offering you. Are you recording this? Okay, quarter grade. That's a significant number of points that I'm already offering you. Okay? I'm not giving you more than that to go on. It's a maximum of 2 on your quarter grade.
Why not semester?
Because of this.
Oh, this one?
This course. No, it's going to be next course.
What's the quarter?
Because we were slow, I can't do it. Okay, and I will tell you what the dates are. Now, if you can't do those 3 days because you work, you guys are going to be a little more fortunate because you have days that they'll have 4 periods scheduled after exams where you can come to 4 periods during the day before we get out at 3:30. I'm here. I'm more than happy to review the exam. You don't have to flee the building like it's on fire at 12:30 to run to the hill. We are here. Okay, so if you're like Isabel, you're going to need to find time those 3 afternoons for first period should you wish to earn the bonus points of 1.5 points. It's after school. Okay? But if you're like Ethan, who's in the fall, I can't stay, I got work. Okay? If any of you fall in that category and you're in 4th period, you could choose to come and I'll review with you during those 4th period times during exam reviews, you know, when everybody bolts for the parking lot as if the building is on fire. It's 12:30. Okay. Okay. I will be here reviewing with you. It might only be you and me.
wall.
I know maybe she know that. And they should really think about it. Just saying, since I have attendance issues, you might want to think about it. It's a great time to do makeup time. Okay? It's a great opportunity to earn time if you're over the age. I'm only saying today. Okay? Tomorrow I have a meeting after school till 5. Wednesday I'm just taking the day because it's Christmas break. I'm going home at 3:30 or 3:40. And then Wednesday, if you're still here when I leave, you might be a speed bump, so I get out of the way. Okay? But those are the plans for review. So to answer your question, no, we're not close to the end of teaching new stuff. So, we do not need what's in green. You need what's in red. You do not need this. You already have this in multiple forms somewhere else in your notes. You don't need that. Don't write it again. You need the red. Here, I'll box it in purple. You need that. So, because we're talking chemical equilibrium, we often say the forward reaction equals the reverse reaction. Because you already have it written down I don't know how many times. We don't need to write that again. So, can I go back to the previous board? Hurry up. So if we look at the top, we said the rate in which N2O4 changes into NO2 has to equal the rate NO2 changes into N2O4, right? So typically, when we would have this reaction, we would draw a second arrow. And if you think back to very early on when we wrote chemical reactions, I taught you reversible arrows for the types of reactions. And I actually said way back then, we'll use that way at the end of the semester when I do equilibrium. Well, now we're there. So this arrow refers to a reverse reaction. Okay? So if we start at NO2 and we go to this side, that's the reverse reaction. So when the rate of the forward reaction equals the rate of the reverse reaction, we are at what? We're at equilibrium. You don't even have to say chemical equilibrium. You can just say equilibrium and that works. Okay? Everybody there? Now, we're going to do something pretty easy today. Everybody have what they want. Now, we already did that. Don't need it. We're going to learn to write an equilibrium constant today. It's one of the easiest things we do at the end of the year. Now, first of all, it does not matter how much of any reaction or product you have. Okay? Equilibrium can still be achieved. The amounts are irrelevant. Okay? Doesn't matter how much you have. The amounts are irrelevant. Now, we are going to learn how to write an expression between the reactant and the product set. There are some basic rules we have to follow, and as long as you can keep the rules straight, we're home free. Most people first period sound a little bit like a lecture. Yes, please, I'm just name this one. Just this stuff. Nope. Not adding anything to that. There's no rule. I don't wish to be sick to my break. Okay. All right, caught up? How many are you going to do? No, no.
I mean, I didn't know that.
I bet you can.
So last year,
I haven't done Oregon and Washington. I haven't done North Dakota, Wisconsin, Michigan, up that direction. It's mostly what I'm missing.
you contact
So, I'm in the other direction. Alright. Huh? Arkansas.
Why?
Some people say Arkansas, but Arkansas.
Why?
Alright. K is a unitless quantity. There are two things in chemistry that have no unit. K.
Miss Wall,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
do you have an annual raise?
I do.
Can you send them to the office?
I will.
Yes.
Welcome. You take the stuff or just you? Huh? Oh, no, I'm not adding anything to it. Alright, there are two things in chemistry that have no unit. K, equilibrium constant, which we're going to learn how to calculate today, and pH. A lot of you probably remember pH from other science classes. They have no unit. K is called the equilibrium constant. A lot of people will say to me, Ms. Hall, how am I supposed to know the difference between that and Kelvin? Well, we say K equals, but it's just a number, but it's the equilibrium constant. Kelvin is always written where? At the end. Okay? So if it says 250 K, that means it's Kelvin. K equals, and just the number, is the equilibrium constant. We don't write Kelvin that way. Now, this last piece is just something you have to know. And the state has sort of trimmed this down to the bare bones for y'all. K does not depend on concentration. Okay? Completely independent of concentration. However, K does change based on temperature. If this was an AP class or a second year class, I would make you learn the rules for K and how K changes with temperature. But this is a first year class. The state does not want you to know the rules. They only want you to know what I have in blue. K changes with temperature. If the temperature changes, the value of the equilibrium constant will change. So, when we're calculating our K, because K is dependent on temperature, what will they always give in the word problem? The temperature. Will we ever do anything with the temperature? No, but they will always give the temperature because K is dependent on what? Temperature. So I have to give it to you. We're just not going to do anything with it. Does that make sense? Okay. Now we're going to write the K expression. Y'all are going to like it. It's easy. All right. Here's our fake equation we're going to use today. Okay, fake equation. What do those little numbers stand for to you, or little letters stand for? You know, what's the A, the little B, the little C, the little D stand for? Nah. Y'all work way too hard. So the mole ratio stands for the what? Coefficient. Okay, those are coefficients. M, N, O, and P stand for what? L is the compound. Again. Okay, so there's your fake equation for this example. All right, step one in writing K. Step one is always product divided by the reactant. Now, this is the easiest place for students to go wrong. Because when they have a multiple choice question on the exam, or even tomorrow on the quiz, all FOIL or wrong answers on the multiple choice test always have what on top? Yes. They always have the reactants on top and a FOIL or a wrong answer on the multiple choice test. So a lot of times people think, well, I did it right. But the wrong answer is always there. So make sure what is on top. Right. Now, some people argue with me and go, well, it's got two arrows. It doesn't matter what side the products are. Could be either side. For the purposes of convention, these are the products. These are the reactions. Products are always on the right. Reactions are always on the left. For any of you who down the road want to go, got some arrows, it could be either way. Okay. Products are on the right, reactions are on the left. Don't have that argument with me thinking you're going to win. You'd be surprised how many try it every year. No, he hasn't tried it today. All right, this is my personal favorite from first period today. So my alpacas needed food because this is so down. All right, all coefficients become exponents. What am I talking about when I say all coefficients there? Exactly. Exactly. Coefficients come from the balanced equation. Right? Coefficients come from the balanced equation. Exactly the coefficients come. So look at our coefficients. So if the equation is not balanced, you need to do what? Balance. And then we're going to put the coefficients in as exponents. And the last one is the longest one in terms of what to write, but it's pretty easy. Only states that are gases and aqueuses are included. If the states are not gas and aqueous, you mark it out. You cancel it. Solid and liquid concentrations are constant. Therefore, they're not included. You mark them out. Cancel that. That's correct. You're right, correct. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. One wrong today. It's cool. Generally, people when you get out of the desk, you change the door before you go in. Oh, and why? I don't have one that's just one that's going to drive me over the edge. No, that's more of a text. It's not really a text. People don't pick up that themselves driving. All right, has everybody got it caught up now? All right, now the easy part. Now we just have to use the rules and do it. So, I don't know why I was wired in the wrong place. Oh, that's got it already solved. Let me put in, let me go back and say, let's go here. All right, so let's just write it off to the side. All right, so K equals. All right, what are my reactions? And what are my products? All right, what has to go on the top? Okay, hold on. Hold on. All I want are the products, not all the coefficients. All right, just the products. O and P. All right.
Teachers at this time can release the following students to the beta room: Alex Amadeo, Amaya Hurtado, Rebecca Linko, Lindsay Miller, Gemma Aviles, Latilia Segura, Nicholas Burlington, Wisdom Harrison Japril Mabry, Jorge Mejia, William Taylor, Jada Wilhite, Leslie Yanez, Keandra Johnson, and Maserati Hernandez. Please dismiss those students to the band room at this time. You have also been emailed those names from Mr. Thomas. Thank you.
Alright, so what are my reactions? Alright, M and N go on the bottom. Alright, now, next come the coefficients become exponents. So what coefficient is in front of O? So C becomes an exponent. What coefficient is in front of P? It becomes an exponent. What coefficient is in front of M? And what coefficient is in front of N? Now, if any of our states are solids or liquids, we cancel them out. They're not included. So look at our state. Are any of them solids or liquids that we need to cancel out?
No.
Then they all stay. Question. I told y'all this was easy. That's it. Okay? We got to put numbers in it in a minute, but it's still easy. All right. So let's say we do number 2. Okay? Number 1. Sorry. Let's do 1 and 2. Number 1. All right. What are my products? Okay. O what? O2 is a product. Over, what's my reactant? O3. All right, what are my coefficients on the O2? What are my coefficients on the O3? Either of them have states, solids, or liquids that I should cancel out. There you go. Should I wait on you to catch up? Okay. Well, I didn't even think to give you time to write it down before I started. Yeah. I want to give you a chance to catch up. And then we'll do the last. Okay. Yeah. That's what we're going to talk about that last. All right. So on the last, before we do anything else, is a balance. Okay. What are we going to do? Well, okay. What am I going to put? What coefficient? I can't first period. Everyone put.
No.
Now, what do you see in the problem?
Oh, yeah.
You got all 2s. What do you know?
One.
Third balance. There's nothing wrong with it except there's already balanced. I'm not saying you did. Okay? I'm just saying it's already balanced. So if you've got all 2s, what should you do to it if that was exam day? Reduce it so you have all 1s. Exactly. Okay. I'm not arguing with you. Just reduce them all on exam day. Okay, equal. All right. What's my product? All right, CaCO3 over what goes on the bottom? CaO. And what goes on beside it? CO2. Now, we just said that all the coefficients were what? Hold on. So all the coefficients were what? 1. So I'm not going to put any coefficients for your exponents, right? And everybody's yelling at me that all the solids do what? So I'm going to take out the CaCO3 and the CaO. So what do I put in the place of CaO if the whole top goes away? Put a 1 on the top and 1 goes on the bottom. CO2. Yes, the bracket's there for concentration, which is what y'all will deal with. The other oxygens have a pressure, they have a big P and then the CO2 written down real small under it. But in this particular course, we won't have pressure. Got questions about how to do that? All right, we need to do 1 or 2 in numbers. Okay? Putting numbers in. All right, so now that we've written it, now we need to learn how to put numbers in it. If we have time, we'll talk about what it means. All right, write down that question. The hardest part for most people is the calculator. I swear I spent most of my time first period running around trying to teach people to use the calculator. Well, you can write half the problem and see if you know how to do it after Christmas. Half the question.
Oh.
Do I dot my I's? Sometimes no. Depends.
Oh.
That's right, roll my eyes regularly. This says it for children. Sometimes
Oh.
or like, let's say for sexual harassment training the 1 o'clock Thursday. Really? Y'all get to go home at 12:30 and I have to stay for sexual harassment training? Yeah, I roll my eyes when I hear stuff like that. Who has mandatory sexual harassment training in video? You do? Yeah, exactly. All right, we caught up with me? That one. Most of it looks like the same as the textbook. One of those. Am I ready for 2 questions? Yeah. Here's Jeremiah, off of 1 and 2. I'm looking interested to see what kind of acts there are and who's performing and all of that. I think it could be very entertaining. I know we'd have the first series. Really? What if you do it? Oh, like legit Japanese. Mine only concern is that with the whole talent show concept, is that some people won't be nice. So I hope that everyone is very kind and gracious. Everyone who chooses to, you know, because it takes a lot of courage to get up on stage in front of your peers. I mean, those of you who are in chorus know that. But to stand up there by yourself and perform anything takes a lot. I would never do it perfectly. So my hands off to anybody who's going to stand up there and perform. What? Like both. I've seen Grease enough times on TV, I would probably choose West Side Story. Just for something different. Alright, so we look at what you have on the board. If you want to find the equilibrium time, what do you think the first thing is you should do? Alright, you see some coefficients in that equation? What should you assume? I did it for you. Okay, don't assume I screwed it up. Alright, so what should you do next? Because we've got it balanced. Okay, that's the first thing I do. Alright, so you've learned to write the equilibrium constant expression, so let's write it. Alright, so K equals, what's on top? H2O and Cl2. Okay, and then? Okay, good with all of that. Okay, so H2O has a, and chlorine has a, and HCl has a, very nice. All right, so from there, we need to figure out our numbers, right? Now, sometimes it's real easy to get these crossed, so let's be good with that. So, that one is HCl, so 1.2 times 10 to the negative third, going down here at the bottom. And then the 3.8 times 10 to the negative fourth is going here at the bottom. And then we have these two, which are the same, are going on the top. You do realize those are Jake brakes, slow the transmission down on big trucks. That's their function. Slow the transmission down. No, but my husband owns a big truck. I know more about those engines than I ever wanted to know. Unfortunately. I had a CDL for a long time and I just gave it up this year. Alright, so I plugged all the numbers in, and then all I did was transfer my exponents to the numbers based on what I found in the equation. So I found water's number, and I found Cl2's number, and I found HCl and oxygen's number, and I sort of circled them up there so I could match them up with where they went, and then I transferred their exponents over. Now, did I lose anybody in what I did? Now, for most people first period, this is where they struggle. They had no trouble with what we just did. Several people were ready to throw their calculators at me because they struggled to get it in the calculator right. Okay? So, punch it in and make sure you can get it. Alright? It's been a while since we've done this many exponents and raised things. I never used a touch of parentheses. You choose whether you need parentheses. I hadn't planned to. We're not doing anything new. Okay, you try it.
Attention everybody, pardon this interruption. I need the following students to report to the main office. Brianna Richards, Kieran Kelly Rajan, Molly Zamer, and Queen McKee. Thank you.
Oh.
The fourth, the up caret raises the fourth. There's a square on your calculator. Now, you do not have to use any, parentheses, you can. Okay, lots of people got syntax errors. Lots of people got weird answers. See what you get. And they didn't get it. You get it? In okay. You got 25. The whole one. Okay, that ain't right. Guys, did you get it? Yeah. Isabel? I got 1 out of the group so far. Yeah, that ain't right. You already had that conversation. 25 is not the answer. Passion. Why not roll your eyes?
Oh, I got it.
Very good. I got 2. What did I draw? And the calculator. Alexis got it? Now, one of the things that I would tell y'all, I've been trying to tell y'all this since day one, and not a soul in this room listens to it. Normal first thing.
I got it. I do.
If you don't want to use parentheses, you can divide by both numbers in the denominator. Why are you trying to go with parentheses all the time? You don't have to use parentheses. So 5.8 second e negative 2. Everybody's got that in the calculator correctly for the most part. All right, and y'all are raising it to the second, which is fine. All right, but you can just say squared. You got squared key on the calculator. Y'all know where that's at? Over on the left-hand side, over there. No, beside the column. But y'all keep raising it to the second if it makes you happy. Okay? Which is fine. I hit squared. All right, times 5.8 second EE. Either raise the second or square. I always hit equal before I go to the denominator. You don't have to. It's not necessary. I do. Okay? Then, divided by 1.2, second EE negative 3, raised to the 4th. That caret key, that up arrow, like this. Raised to the 4th. Divided by 3.8, second EE negative 4. Now, if you don't want to say divided by, you have to put that bottom in parentheses. I'm not doing the extra keystroke. I'm not using the parentheses. So you divide by everything on the bottom, and you can avoid that. See this right here where you said term? That has to be divided. Those numbers are both in the denominator. See where I've got those 2 black divides? That has to be divided. That right there is the time. Take that as divide, and it'll work. Probably. So I said, more people struggle with the calculator than they do writing the K and plugging in the numbers. Huh? On what, exam? I never get any results that by questions, so I realize it. Most people probably assume they did this right. Because most people like these questions. Now on the quiz tomorrow, I would have a better feel for how they did yes. On the quiz tomorrow, yeah. These are the top half of the quiz. The bottom half is the Gibbs stuff. Anybody not able to get it? Good this time, Brandon? You need me, Isabel?
I ain't calling you. Was that the recording? It was recording.
Everything else is that with that number is correct. The numerator part is correct.
Whoa.
You got it right, Brandon? What you get? Good. All right, let's try one more. All right, let's try this one. Look at what it's asking you for. What? I'm not giving you my Snapchat. What?
No.
Finding it. How do you feel? Yes, Queen. What do you have? Oh, bread. My dear. Ask DeAndre what he wants to make my Thursday says all the time. That's the point. Oh. What? You have no coefficients. Because you don't have balance? You didn't have balance. Remember, you only assume it's balanced if I put the coefficients in. If I don't put the coefficients in, you have to. Right? Same thing on the state test. If you see coefficients, it's balanced. If there's no coefficients, then you have to go island. Would you quit making Snapchat filters of my head and please do the questions? Now, what are they asking you to find this time that's different? Doesn't take much entertainment. Say what? I just altered it slightly. Yes, I can. Do that for me. Think about it. Although Tyshawn did ask me to think about it, everybody's scoring 85 or higher on the exam, giving you 10 more points on your assessment. I told him I would take that on the side. That's the best I can do. No, it's not that. I'm glad you people realize it. I'm asking y'all to find. You can find nitrogen. That's what you do, and I gave you a what that I didn't give you in the previous. I gave you all. When you set it up, I gave you tag. So I gave you 6.59 times 10 to the negative third equals your NH3 is 1.23 times 10 to the negative 4 squared over H2 is 2.75 times 10 to the negative 6 cubed times 10 to 6. And then solve. No, the reason it's squared is what I tell you to do. Right? So when you wrote your K, NH3 had a what on it? A squared, and 2, H2 was cubed. That's why. That's the number. Now, see if you can find the answer for that tonight. Your homework is this worksheet. I'm telling you, this looks just like homework. If you can do the homework, you can really proceed. Different numbers, different equations. The questions and the layout themselves are identical. It's called the Christmas miracle. Don't know about all that one. That's called algebra 1. Multiple line divide. Okay, you should be all right. Now, remember, if you have any last minute old makeup work, if you want to make up before Christmas break, day B, the last day, make that up. So, consider whether you have anything you wish. Make up. Before you venture forth, go home today. I am surprisingly not very surprised. I've marked which one's right or wrong. I haven't added them together yet.